All right, so I'm gonna have us do a reformer Pilates class, and everything that we're gonna do, we're gonna use the magic circle. I use the magic circle all the time. There's so many different variations and so much different workouts that you could do with the magic circle. So I'm gonna have us start. I normally start all my training sessions with footwork. So I do like to warm up with footwork. I'm on a balanced body reformer. So for footwork, I'm gonna do 3 reds and a blue. I'm gonna lift my headrest a little and I'm gonna use the magic circle. All right, so laying down, you wanna make sure you're right in the center. I'm just gonna keep the arms up and start with the running stretch. So getting that calf stretch. I'm doing a double pump with the running stretch, which sometimes my body is just feeling that. And then I'm gonna stay on the balls of the feet. I'm gonna connect the heels and just go down and up, pushing out for footwork. So you could always squeeze the circle if you're feeling it. I'll just do 8 of everything. Normally I do 10, but we'll just do 8. And then I'm gonna pulse the arms, pulse the legs. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna stretch and I'm gonna drop the heels, lift the heels for the calf raises. Such a good stretch. And then whenever you're ready, you could come in. So I'm gonna stay on the balls of the feet, and then I'm gonna do a wide turnout on the balls of the feet, and then just going down and up. If you wanna challenge, lift the heels. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then I'm gonna come halfway in, pulse. You could squeeze the circle. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna stretch, and you could either drop the heels or lift the heels from the wide turnout, or you could try wide turnout running stretch, which sometimes I will do. If anything doesn't feel good, you wanna skip it though. So just always listen to your body. And then I'm coming in, I'm gonna stay wide and I'm gonna do the heels. So heels are on the foot bar, but the toes are going in. So your knees are gonna go in. And then I'm gonna start with the arms outside and then push out and go up. So we're in a turn in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then halfway in, pulse. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, good. Last one I'm gonna do is the arches, hip width apart. I'm gonna keep the arms up to start, push out, bend the elbows back, and then up. 6, neutral spine, keeping the hips stable, keeping the abs in. 2. And then I'm gonna come halfway in and I'm gonna pulse the arms, pulse the legs. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stretching or resting. Okay, good. So that was a little footwork with the magic circle. So definitely a few things you could do there. And then bridges with the magic circle. I'm gonna do 2 reds for it. This is always a killer. I feel like people normally hate these, but they're very effective. So your headrest is down. I'm putting the magic circle in between the inner thighs. Arms at the side. The challenge with the bridges is to not move the reformer. You wanna try to keep it in. You wanna use the glutes, you wanna use the abs. Your arms are at the side. You're gonna inhale and then exhale. Roll up and then squeeze and then rolling down. Inhale and then exhale, rolling up, squeeze, roll down. 6 more. 5, articulating the spine if you can. Inhale and then exhale. Magic circles, working the inner thighs. 2 more. Okay, the next one, we're just gonna stay up in the bridge. So stay up, squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay up, pulse up and down. Use the glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, try to stay up and then push out and then coming back in. It could be a little movement because you have the circle there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Coming in, rolling down. And then since I have the circle here, I'm gonna use it to stretch. So I'm gonna push out, put one foot in the circle, I'm pulling towards me, I'm stretching. And then I'm gonna open, keep the opposite hip down for the stretch. This is one of my favorite stretches, and then the IT stretch. It's good I like to stretch after the bridges. And then when you're ready, you're gonna switch, and the other heel could drop under, so you're stretching the calf also if it feels okay. And then we're opening. And then opposite leg, IT stretch, breathing. Good, and then I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna do a spring change. All right, so now I'm gonna go into laying down arms. So arms and abs with the circle. These are killer. I'm going a little bit lighter, so I'm on 1 red, 1 blue. I'm gonna lift my headrest, and then I'm laying back down. All right, the magic circle is in between the calves or the ankles. And then I'm gonna grab my straps. I'm holding the inside. Keep the abs in. You could lift the head, neck, shoulders for anything you're doing here. If you're lifting, you're gonna be using the abs, don't use the neck. So we're gonna extend, squeeze, and then bend back. You could also stay lifted the whole time if it feels okay. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, stay extended, just squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Woo, these are a challenge. Arms up, legs up. Arms down, legs down, arms up, legs up. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, resting. Okay, and then we're gonna do another one similar. So the circle's gonna stay there. I'm bending the elbows outside the reformer. I'm gonna straighten the arms, straighten the legs. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, stay extended, squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Woo, very challenging. Okay, next one, I'm gonna tabletop the legs. I'm gonna pull the knees in, go in between the circle almost, and then extend over. These are killer. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, and then pulse in between. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. So challenging. Last one we're gonna do here, this is a killer. If you can, keep the legs up to the ceiling, holding the circle, flex the feet. One leg is in between the arms, drop down, other leg. 6, 5, so this is an oblique exercise. The opposite shoulder would lift up and go in the direction you're going in. Last ones. Woo, stay here, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other leg. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. That's such a challenge. Okay, normally I would do a spine stretch when I finish those. So I'm just gonna do a quick little stretch. Knees one way, look the opposite direction. And then I'm gonna come up. All right, so now I'm gonna end up putting the box on and we're gonna do some stuff on the box with the magic circle. Okay. So I'm gonna put short box on. And then we'll start with arms on the box. I'm gonna go a little bit lighter for me, so I'm gonna do 1 red spring. And then I'm coming up, I'm sitting on the box, and I'm gonna put the magic circle in between. Well, first I'm gonna grab the straps. Then I'm gonna put the magic circle in between the legs. Okay, so we're sitting really tall here. You wanna keep the abs in. Magic circle, working the inner thighs. Hug the tree, squeeze the circle. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Hold the hug, squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, next one, serving. Arms at the side, extend, squeeze, coming back in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, we're gonna stay extended and just squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, resting. Okay, good. The next one, sitting tall still. I'm actually gonna switch my hand position. So arms out and then extend and then squeeze. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, stay extended, squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rest. I'm just gonna have us do one more, but I'm gonna go to the long straps for these. So we're gonna hinge forward, keep the abs in, the elbows are in, up, squeeze, down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, stay extended, squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, resting. That's a killer. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the abs, laying down, not laying down, sitting on the box, short box abs with the circle. So on this reformer, I would normally push myself out so I could get to the safety strap in the front. All right, so I just pushed myself out one, but everyone's different depending on your height. Okay, so I'm sitting really tall, holding the circle. Keep the abs in for everything here. So holding the circle, it's up to you if you want to squeeze it or not. I'm just going to hold it for now. Flat back, use the abs, sit up tall. 7, 6. And also, if something is not feeling good, you don't want to push yourself. So you really want to use the abs here. 4, 3, 2, last one. So I'm gonna stay back and flat back and go up and down. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then coming up. Next one, we're gonna keep the arms up, flat back hinge, rotate from the rib center, rotate. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, I'm staying rotated, I'm gonna go down and up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, rotate up and down. Woo. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, resting. Woo, so that was flat back. Now we're gonna do a little bit of rounding. So I'm gonna keep the arms in, scoop the belly round, sitting up really tall. Scoop the belly round, sitting up really tall. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Stay rounded back out in an 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, sitting up tall. We're gonna add a rotate in now. Round, rotate, center, rotate. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay on one side, out in an 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, other way. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, rest. Whew, those are really challenging. All right, so I'm gonna add a stretch in. One foot is holding you in to the reformer right now. So one foot's gonna go in and then one foot's gonna go into the circle. If you get dizzy when your head goes back, you just wanna skip this one. So I'm just going back and I'm gonna arch the spine, going into a back extension, stretching, breathing, and then using the abs to lift yourself up. For me, this feels really good. It's kind of like climb the tree exercise, except I'm using the magic circle and I'm just arching the spine, stretching back. I'm gonna do one more on that side. So just going back, stretching, breathing, and then using the abs, lift up. Similar to the stretch that we did after the bridges, you can hold the box, you can open to the side doing one stretch, and then you could switch hands, feeling the IT stretch. And then carefully coming up, switching legs, we're gonna do the same exact thing. So your foot's holding you in the strap, keep it flexed, and then just stretching back, arching, breathing, and then using the abs, lifting up, one more. Stretch, And then lifting, and then I'm gonna do the stretch where I'm opening. And then the other side. Okay, awesome. Now we're gonna do some obliques going into the well. For these, I normally push myself out one more. All right, so you wanna square the hips. The strap is still holding you in. You wanna use the abs. I'm holding the circle. Dip down, lifting up. 7, so working the obliques. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You can always squeeze this if you're feeling it. Over to the side, out and in. 8, 7, 6. Definitely feel it. 4, 3, 2. Last one. And then I would normally do a side stretch over after that. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the rotate. So I'm here, I'm dipping over, rotate to the floor, back to the side. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Face the floor, down and up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. I'm gonna hold the arms in and pulse my body up and down. Really use the abs, and we're working the whole obliques on the side. This does get into the back a little in a good way. 4, 3, 2. Last one. I'm gonna stay here and I'm just gonna stretch out. Stretching, breathing, and then when you're ready, carefully coming up. Those are killer. Okay, now we're gonna do everything that we just did on the other side. Make sure your foot is in. Square the hips, that's the most important part of this exercise. So my foot is being held in by the strap. I'm keeping the abs in, dipping over, lifting up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, stay over, out and in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming up, resting for a second. You could definitely feel it working obliques. The next one, we're rotating from the ribs. So we're gonna dip over, rotate, side, rotate, side. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, down and up. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, keep the circle here, up and down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, and I'm stretching. Whew. That was a challenge. Okay, good. And then I'm gonna hop off here. I'm gonna bring the reformer back in, and I'm gonna do a feet in the straps with the circle. So there's so much other stuff that you can incorporate the magic circle with on the reformer. This is just a few things that I do using the circle, but I use the circle probably almost every day. I'm gonna lift my headrest up, just for me specifically, I do that. And then I'm putting my feet in the straps. So arches of my feet in the long straps. I'm on 2 reds. I'm gonna put the feet inside the circle. I'm gonna extend the legs out, so straight legs, and I'm gonna break the circle open. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm keeping it open. I'm gonna lift and lower. Neutral spine, keep the abs in, keep the hips stable. So you could feel maybe outer thighs with this. 5, 4, 3, you want to keep the tailbone glued down. 2, last one, I'm lowering the legs to 45. I'm going to bend in and stretch out, trying to keep the legs open, which is a challenge. 6. So frog with the circle on the outside of the ankles. 3 more. 3, 2, last one, and since I'm here, I'm gonna straighten the legs and break it open again. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm bending in, I'm taking the circle. Now I'm gonna put it in between the ankles or the calves. Straight legs out and just start squeezing. 10, inner thighs. 8, oh no, wait, we're doing 8 of everything. So 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we're gonna go up and down again with straight legs. Normally when I'm teaching, it's 10 of everything. But for this video, I just wanted to show a few things that I use the magic circle with on the reformer. But even though we're doing 8 of everything, definitely feeling it. And then we're gonna go into the frog. So we're gonna lower, bend in, stretch out. You could add a squeeze if you're feeling it. 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one, and then we're gonna try the 2-legged bicycle, up and around. 6, definitely feeling the inner thighs. 4, 3, 2, always breathing. Last one, and then we're reversing it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. I'm taking the circle out. That was killer. I always do circles after that, so you could do the circles. I mean, after all of that, it does feel really good to use the circles to stretch. And then I'm gonna reverse it, opposite direction. Just do a few circles. I'm gonna put the circle actually on the side. And then I'm gonna just end with the stretch that I would normally do. All right, so the stretches I would normally do is flex the feet, pull the straps towards me, keeping the tailbone on the mat, opening to a V. You could rock side to side if you're feeling it. And then the butterfly stretch, bottom of the feet touch, either pulling towards you for the stretch, or you could just let the feet hang where the springs are. I personally like this one. And then since we're here in the straps, one more stretch that I do like to do is bending one leg outside the reformer. The other leg could go up to the ceiling. We're stretching quad, hip. Just be careful with the stretch. And then switching and doing the other side. Whew. One more little butterfly stretch. And that is it. That's just a few things that you could use the magic circle for on the reformer. Definitely a challenge, definitely feeling the inner thighs. If you have any questions or want to see anything else, let me know. But yeah, until next time.